After which, Sister Hope will come up in front. Salila kumusebenzela walot Yesu wangu salila kumusebenzela walot Yesu wangu wenda Jesu mazuba onse wenda a Jesu mubumi wangu bonse As we are waiting for Elder Namagobo to come, I can see he's coming. We'll continue. My desire, my desire, my desire, my desire is to know the Lord. My desire, my desire, my desire.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my patron, a constant friend is he, for his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me, for his eye is on the sparrow, and I know that he watches me. I sing for because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. Oh, for his eye is on the sparrow, and I know that he watches over me. Let not your heart be troubled. His tender ways I heed, and I'm resting upon his goodness. I lose my doubts and fear, for by the He watches me. I sing because I'm happy, and I sing because I'm free. For His eyes on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. For His hand is on the sparrow, and I know that He watches me.
Do you say? That's much better, Sister Hope.
Good afternoon, church. Good afternoon, church. How are we today? I hope we all enjoyed our lunch. Okay. Standing before you is a teacher. So I want all the parents, all the pupils in here to pay particular attention to what I'm going to talk about. So what I'm going to talk about today is substance abuse in schools, colleges, and universities. This is something that is becoming a big challenge in schools for teachers and pupils, students themselves. Okay, so what is substance abuse? Do we have any doctors, nurses who would like to define substance abuse in a professional way? Nurses, teachers? Nurses, doctors? Okay, so substance abuse is the use of illegal substances or the use of over-counter drugs for wrong reasons and in excessive amounts. Okay, so what are some of the substances that are commonly abused in schools and colleges, universities? The most famous one is alcohol, beer, and also followed by weed and many others. Then over-counter drugs, we've got Panadol, Brufen, and many others. And most parents have a tendency of giving their children a lot of Panadol, Brufen, saying it's a painkiller, not knowing that when our children go to school, that Panadol changes from a painkiller to something else. Okay. When we look at beer, alcohol, nowadays most of the schools are even considering stopping your children from carrying the Stanley cups that you are buying for them. Yes, a Stanley cup is a very good cup because it will keep your liquids warm for a long time, your cold drinks cold for a long time. But a Stanley cup is also able to carry a whole bottle of beer in it. They will simply get the bottle of beer the way it is, put it in a Stanley cup, and a teacher will be in front, busy teaching, and a child will be busy sipping something from a Stanley cup. You as a teacher thinking it's just some juice, but at the end of the day, you find a pupil is intoxicated. A pupil is drunk. Where is it coming from? It's from a Stanley cup. Okay, so what are some of the causes of substance abuse? So the major cause of substance abuse is peer pressure. There is so much pressure that comes from the friends, for our children. So they'll be putting them under pressure. You can try out weed. It will just make you intelligent. You can try out beer. You can try out this. And at the end of the day, because of the pressure that is coming from their friends and they want to fit in, you'll find that before you know it, your children are already addicted to that weed or beer. So please, parents, let us be on the lookout. Number 2, the reason that pushes our children to trying out these things, it's negative social media influence. I understand most of the children in our homes have got gadgets. Others have got tablets, they've got phones, and in most homes there are smart TVs. But how many parents in here sit down with their children to watch together what the children are watching? Most parents are so comfortable nowadays, you just see, oh, they are watching cartoons, it's blue, it's what, off you go. But the content creators have also advanced. They know to say, in the movies, you now know to say there is bad influence. So what have they done? They've shifted the bad influence, they've put it in the cartoons. Do you know that some cartoons drink beer? Some cartoons also smoke weed. So the children will be learning that from the cartoons. And when they go to school, they find their friends drinking beer. They'll look at it as being normal because the cartoons, they drink beer. So please, parents, let us be on the lookout. And also the other factor is poor parenting. Most parents nowadays are busy. Mom and dad will leave home at 5, at 6, before other children even wake up. You'll be getting back home, you find most children are sleeping. You don't have any interaction with them. So what is going to teach your children in your absence? It is the world. The friends will teach them what they are supposed to do. And the friends will teach them to drink beer, to be smoking, and many other things. The same Panadol that we pack for our children, when they go to school, you'll find that it's this child, they are just 13, and they've started having boyfriends. And when things go south, when things go sour, what are they going to do? The same Panadol that you've packed for them, the friends will tell them to say, you can just take 20 Panadols. It will terminate the pregnancy. So they'll start abusing those drugs, over-counter drugs. They'll take them excessively to try and get rid of something and to intoxicate themselves. Recently, we came to find out to say, nowadays, pupils even take drugs for mental patients. They've gone to an extent of taking drugs for mental patients. I don't know how it makes them feel, but it is a way of intoxicating themselves. They come with syringes in school to intoxicate themselves. And those drugs, weed, cannabis, they are not getting it from outside the schools. They've got fellow pupils who are selling those things. So please, parents, let us be on the lookout. Having looked at the causes, I'm going to look at the end results. What are the results of this substance abuse? Well, substance abuse can have long-term effects. Number 1, it causes mental health problems. We've had pupils who've gone mad because of weeds. They will smoke, and others even get it the way it is and start applying in their hair to say it will make your hair grow. A person can't survive like that. At the end of the day, it's mental health issues. It also leads to addiction. We had a scenario where a grade 12 pupil came to write the exam. A pupil couldn't hold a pen. He was just shaking. When we tried to find out, because that pupil had just entered the exam, and according to the rules of the exam, no matter what happens, you can't release a pupil from the exam before it is after 30 minutes. So we tried to find out, and the friends told us to say, that is the way he behaves if he's not drunk. So we had to call the parents from home to come and buy beer. What can you do? The parents came complaining, but we also as teachers had to make the child write the exam. You can imagine the disappointment, the embarrassment. But that happens because Usually, parents come to get in the issues of the children when the children are already addicted. Just like I've said, your children will go to school, they'll go, you buy new books. 120 pages, 80 pages, a term will start. And most parents do not take interest to see how the book is going. You can be so shocked to find that 120-page book, at the end of the day, only has 1 page having notes. The rest is still new. We need to be checking. At times, it's not being a bad parent. Just go in your children's bedroom. Get their bags at random. Tell them to say, every time you go to school, before you write anything, make sure there is a date. I need to see a date so that you can keep track of what they are doing at school. Because most pupils, they'll come to school, show their faces. The moment the teacher is done with the register, they go their way. Do you know what they go to do? Others are going to do shisha, others are going to drink beer, and many other things. And then parents will not take any interest, not until the child is addicted. So please, parents, as you go, no matter how busy you are, let's not leave the work to the teachers. Because teachers usually, your methodology will tell you to say, in Zambia, there is no special curriculum. You have 80 pupils in class. You would want to take care of them, pay particular attention to each pupil, but you've got 80 and you are just 1. It's impossible. So you'll find that other teachers do not even know the pupils they teach. That is why they say charity begins at home. Let the parents start the foundation. Just as the Bible says in Proverbs, it says, train up your child in the way he should go. And when he grows, he will not depart from it. When you teach your children at home, when you have devotion with the children, this time around, parents, let's not run away from anything. Be it sexual education. Let us start from as early as grade 4, grade 2. Because whether you like it or not, TV, social media is going to teach your children about these things. So if you run away from talking to them about this, you are just killing your children. That is why nowadays the curriculum has shifted. You'll find teachers teaching children sexual education in grade 3, and other parents get upset. You cannot be teaching my children sexual education in grade 3. It's because we know to say the world has already taught them. So since the world has already taught them, we need now to teach them the dangers and the end result of it all. So please, parents, do not leave the work of education to the teachers. Let it start from home. When they come back home, check their books. Tell them the dangers of substance abuse and the end results. And the other problem that is in the homes, it is the financial independence that we, the parents, have given the children. I take time to ask some of the children. At times, a parent will come in school, bring you a 300 kwacha, 400 kwacha. Give it to my son. He forgot money for transport. Okay. So you ask the pupil, what is this money for? It is for transport going home today. Just for today, yes. And you find this child even as a lunch bag. So where is he or she going to take a 400 kwacha? And in that same school, there are children who are selling beer. There are children who are selling weed. They'll influence the child to say, try this. And since the money is available, the child will not stop themselves. They'll simply buy that because at that age, they are curious. They want to try everything. So my appeal to the church, to all the parents, education is for the parents, the church, the community, and lastly, the teachers. Let us not take in interest. I'm founding an office in the guidance office. Every time, parents will come to you and say, okay, I'm tired of this child. Is there a way you can help me? I don't care even if you beat the child. And we tell them to say, no, this time these children have got rights, we can't beat. The only thing we can do is give guidance and counseling. And we tell the parents to say, if you give the children too much financial independence, One day, that's too much money that you are giving them might just go, God forbid it, but it might just go to the lawyers. So at least, even it's not bad to give the children money, because again, if they lack, they might go into other things to try and get the money. But let us give them what is necessary for that particular time. Because if they always remain with something, it will always have somewhere to go. And it might just go and buy weed. It might just go and buy 20 Panadols to try and terminate a pregnancy. So please, parents, again, I'll end with a Bible verse in Proverbs 26. Train up a child in a way he should go, that when he grows, he will not depart from it. Thank you so much.
What do we say? What do we say? Amen, indeed. Before the pastor comes, I'll ask, at the conference level as education, we have a representation, and we have Mrs. Monde as our presentation who looks after us. She's the chairperson. Mrs. Monde, please, can you come? That's our chair per conference. After Mrs. Monde, we'll have the songs we had requested for at first, before the pastor comes in.
Good afternoon, church. Allow me to recognize our pastor who has come to grace this occasion today. Pastor Manjmela, you're most welcome. Thank you to have you. I have little to say. My previous speaker has mentioned most of the things. Indeed, as education department, our role is to ensure that our learners are imparted with the rightful education. We have to bring up a child, indeed, in a way that a child should grow. And charity begins at home. Now, home is not only our homes where we come from, even Jacaranda Church is a home as it is. Mine is just to encourage us as Jacaranda Church. How I wish our pastor was here. I hope he's listening wherever he is. Our admin elder, I can't see him, and the rest of the team. My appeal is that even as we plan for our church, Elder Chiwomba, Elder Kaliba, our planners, my appeal is that we include a structure so that we can have a school of our own. It's so disappointing, disheartening. We go out there at conference level, visiting schools, checking what is happening there, and yet where you are coming from, there's no school. Now, for us to bring up these children the way they're supposed to go, we need to have our school, which will harness our values. The things my sister has mentioned, these are real issues happening in schools. And in these government schools with these human rights that are there, it's quite challenging even to counsel children. But then when we have our own schools that are governed by our own values, according to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, it will be easy for us to teach these children right from here. They will not only hear these things on Sabbath, but as teachers, if we had our own school, we will start from cradle. From nursery school, the learners will be taught the values that are expected of them, such that when they grow up, they will not depart from them. So please, as a church, I pray that as we build our church, we plan to have our own infrastructure where we are going to have our children come to learn instead of us taking our children to Catholic schools. I'm one of the, I'm guilty. 2 of my children, if not all of them, have been at Catholic schools. And my first son completed at Canisius. Believe you me, I can see the impact. Of course, those days they used to allow them to worship in the afternoon. When he left home in grade 8, and after 5 years, when he came back, I could see that his spiritual stance was no longer the same, as strong as it was then. The gap was seen. These are some of the things we take lightly, we take for granted. Yes, we want good schools, we want our children to get 6 points, but at the end of it all, the impact thereof is quite far-reaching. And of course, one of them is still the day school. We thought since it's day, she will be coming on Sabbath, but then we've learned a lesson. The other one, we said, no, we'll take her somewhere else. But it's just an appeal as parents, please. Let's not take things for granted. Indeed, we need good schools, but we can also have our own schools within as Adventists. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Monde. We can have the 3 songs we had requested for earlier, after which the pastor will stand. We are having the choir first and the quartet later.